I acknowledge the traditional owners on the land on which Staunton sits, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and the elders from other communities that may be watching this. I'd like to warmly welcome you to the Staunton family. Next year, over 1,200 students will be attending Staunton College. We have an interesting and diverse community. There's a proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. And I believe Staunton College is a good school because we know this. We know this year's been tough for many of our families. So it's even more important at the start of 2021 that we work really hard to develop the relationship and trust with each other that ensures your child's time at Staunton College will be really successful. We want parents involved, and I hope that we've returned to a situation where, again, I'll be able to meet you at one of our many events next year. As your child comes to Staunton College, we really encourage them to get involved in the things that they love. It could be music, it could be sport, it could be chess, it could be performing arts. We want them to have fun and we want them to follow their interests and their passions. We want students to be happy and engaged at school and develop positive relationships. We also want students to have a voice. We've got a really successful student leadership program at our school where students genuinely lead areas of their interest. We're really proud of all our student leaders. I'm passionate about Staunton College being a great school, and I employ staff who also feel the same way. It's impossible for us to get everything right all the time, but I promise that we'll always talk to you and we'll always listen and we'll always work through anything to make sure that your student has success. We know that this success takes many forms and is different for every student inside and outside the classroom. Our staff pride themselves on how hard they work to develop the positive relationships that underpin learning. We have really strong learning routines in classes and we really get to know our learners. Our teachers and our non-teaching staff regularly go the extra mile to make sure students achieve their goals and beyond. And I'm really proud of what we do in this area. We encourage our students to complete Year 12 VCE or VCAL. Last year, we had the best ever positive outcomes in terms of our post-school pathways, both with students going to university and also students going to TAFE, traineeships and the like. I'm really looking forward to meeting you and to meeting your children as they start their journey at Staunton in 2021.
Hey future Year 7s of 2021, my name is Miss Grace and I am the Year 7 coordinator. So for transition, we normally have our orientation day. Now this is a statewide event, so all the grade 6s from all the different primary schools go to their new high school. So this is meant to happen on December 8th. So as far as we know, yes, it is going ahead, especially if these lockdown restrictions come down, then yes, we will definitely be having orientation. But if anything changes, we'll make sure that we let you know at a primary school level, but also on our website and all of our other forms of communication like Facebook, Instagram, our newsletters, etc. In Year 7, we go on Year 7 camp to Camp Marysville, where we get to do lots of fun activities like rock climbing, riding bikes, bushwalks, canoeing, lots of fun things to do. We are going on the 1st to the 3rd of March in 2021, which I think is roughly about week 6 of term 1. When you come to Staunton College, you'll be allocated a class. So we call these our home groups or our forms, and they're normally called 7A, 7B, 7C, 7D, etc. Now there's a process that we take when we create these classes and forms, and one of them is that we actually meet up with your grade 6 primary school teachers and we talk to them about which students you would work well with, and we get a lot of different information which helps inform us how to shape or who to put in the different classes. So you'll be told your class on orientation day, so on the December 8th, and you'll be given your class, so you'll know which class you're in before next year, which is really exciting. At Staunton, we have a number of assemblies during the year. Our first assembly is our Year 7 assembly. So our Year 7 assembly is just when all the Year 7s meet together. Our second type of assembly is our junior school assembly. Now this is when all the students from Year 7 through to Year 9 meet together. And then we have our whole school assembly. So our whole school assembly is when students from Year 7 all the way through to Year 12 meet together and we discuss lots of important things that are happening at Staunton College and we make lots of different announcements.
What are the kids like? Are they usually nice? My experience at Staunton College has been really positive so far. On my first week of school, sometimes people would come up to me and my friends and ask if we're doing okay since we're starting at a brand new school. Everyone at Staunton College made us feel so welcoming since everyone was so nice and they would always help out if you needed any help.
My name is Amber and my question is, what are the teachers like? The teachers are really friendly and encouraging and they only want what's best for you and to help you learn and grow. They made me feel really welcomed here at Staunton and always helped me with my work when I needed it. Even though they can be strict sometimes, it's only because they know what's best for you and they care about you. And the majority of the time, it's the teachers that make learning fun.
My question is, what kind of interschool sports does Staunton have to offer? Each term they have a couple of interschool sports that you can participate in. They have soccer, cricket, football and rugby and many, many more.
Hi guys, so my first question is, will it be different there? With all schools are different, but when you're going from primary school to high school, there's a major difference that stands out a lot. When you're in primary school, you're the oldest kid of the school when you're in grade 6, and when you go to year 7, it's like, and start high school, it's like you're a prep again, so like you're the youngest. My next question is, will the work be harder? Just think of it like when you're in grade 5 starting grade 6. When you got to grade 6, the work was a little bit harder and the layout of how they did the work was different. You had a different teacher, all that. Just think of it the same when you go to year 7. The work will be a bit harder, you'll have different teachers and but the teachers are always there to help you and my final question is there a really big difference to primary school than high school? My answer is yes. There is a big difference. Some of the differences are you don't get as many camps and excursions, there won't be any playgrounds, but you have lots of courts such as basketball courts, baseball courts, tennis courts, basketball courts, so on. There will be a bigger variety of food from the canteen and there will be clubs and lunchtime activities. Some tips for going to high school is always know your times table. Don't leave assignments to the last minute because it can be very stressful. And don't forget to take care of yourself. You will get harder work and stuff, but you just have to remember that this is your high school years, you can have fun. So, bye.
My question is if there will be lockers or do we carry books in our bags? Yes, there will be lockers and that's where you keep all your belongings. Every student will get a locker and you keep your books in there throughout the day and you just take whatever you need when you go to your class.
In order to enrol for the SEAL program at Staunton College, you need to follow the transition process that comes from the primary school. So when it's time for you to select your secondary school for your child, you'll fill out the paperwork that will follow the department transition timeline. And when you're accepted into the secondary school, in this case Staunton College, you will then be able to apply for the SEAL program. To apply for the SEAL program, you need to firstly register for the EDGI test, which is our first step in our process of becoming a successful SEAL applicant. All information for the SEAL program can be found on the Staunton College website. If you go to the main menu and click on academic and then you select the SEAL program, that will give you the SEAL information. In terms of being selected for the SEAL program, you register for the EDGI test. So students are required to sit a test which is literacy and numeracy based. That then gives us an indication of your child's levels in literacy and numeracy in terms of comprehension and reasoning. There is a cost to the test. The cost is $82.50 and there are practice tests available. Once we have the test results, I then analyse, or the SEAL coordinator then analyses the results and then parents are contacted. Successful students are then invited to attend an interview where we talk to the parent and the child about their strengths, their interests, their hobbies, And we also ask for them to bring any work that they would like to show us, and also their NAPLAN results for the previous NAPLAN assessment. After the interview process has occurred, then successful applicants will receive a letter of offer, and as a parent you then need to sign that to accept a place in the SEAL program at Staunton College. In terms of selected criteria for the SEAL program, results from the EDU test determine the initial success of a student being asked to come in for an interview as part of the process for being a SEAL student. So we expect SEAL students to be above average in their literacy, comprehension and reasoning, and also in their numeracy, comprehension and reading. We also have an interview process as well, where that allows students to once again demonstrate to us their skills.
Unfortunately, we will not be running on-demand testing this year, but we will be trying our best to come out and visit your primary schools in Term 4 if restrictions allow us to, and we will also be in constant conversations with your primary school teachers to gain as much information as we can about each and every one of you.